Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to another quick video. This video, I just want to address the word pagan and paganism real quick because I saw a couple of posts on social media, and this is one of the reasons why I don't take Facebook seriously, because it's a lot of foolishness on there. But I saw a post, several posts. I saw several posts that were talking about the use of the word pagan. And of course it's Israelites talking to other Israelites addressing this. We'll get to that in a second. But they were basically just going on and on about the use of the word pagan. Y'all throwing the word around pagan. You don't know what it means and all of this other stuff. And basically trying to correct someone for the use of the word pagan in regards to these man-made holidays or pagan holidays, Babylonian holidays, all of these American holidays, all of this stuff, because we know that most of it has some type of other deity attached to it. Okay, we know that. So that is what makes it pagan. So if you look at, I'm going to go to the definition of pagan, but my first question when I saw this, because it was I saw them all within a matter of within an hour, just several popping up on my page, and I'm like, this is so strange. And I'm wondering, are these people low-key agents? And I say this because, one, why are you so caught up with the etymology of a word that's not Hebrew? I mean, we use non-Hebrew words literally every day that we talk. And even in our slang, of course, some of it can be tied to Hebrew, but a lot of it isn't. So what is the issue with other Israelites trying to warn people, trying to educate people, trying to wake people up with the use of the word pagan to describe what they're celebrating? Okay, and we're going to go to the definition. But that was my first issue. I'm like, what's the problem, really? And I also noticed that, and it's two people in particular, and these are men and women, but it's not just those two. Like I said, it's several. But I noticed particularly with the first two that I saw, I don't see a lot of truth as far as Bible truth being pushed. I get a lot of regular everyday stuff, from them. I get a lot of self-promoting stuff, but I don't see the Most High being promoted often when it comes to these people. So, I mean, they have projects attached to the truth, but just the truth in general, I don't see it. So I'm like, are you an agent or something? Because you're basically attacking people who are out here trying to spread the truth and share the knowledge and stuff like that. What is your purpose? You're not doing it, and now you're attacking other people for doing it. It just seems strange to me. It seemed very off. So with that being said, we're going to go into the definition. You just Google search the definition because it's not a Hebrew word. And then we're going to look into the etymology. And I'm going to quickly break down how it all ties in together. So if you look at the definition of pagan, it is listed as a person holding religious beliefs other than those of the main world religions. Synonyms are heathen, infidel, idolater, idolatress. So, and that's pagan as a noun. As an adjective, it's relating to pagans. With the same synonyms, you have heathen, ungodly, irreligious, infidel, idolatrous. So, there you have it. Now, we know what we believe is not a religion. So in that sense, it does not apply. But it is idolatry to partake in these so-called holidays, because they, like I said, most of them are attached to another deity. So it is idolatry according to the commandments the Most High gave. Start with the 10, okay? So we're going to look at the etymology real quick. Okay, so the origin is Latin, of course. This is a cursed tongue, English language, anyways. Always casting spells. So you look that up and you have Pagas, which is country, district. And then it seems to have evolved to Paganist, which is villager, rustic. And then it has Christian Latin, which is pagan, which means heathen, which would be something outside of their religion. Now, I'm trying to say this in the most simplistic and just peaceful way. Let me just break it down like this, because I can't find the words to just do it that way. It was reported that $465 billion were spent on Christmas. Okay? We spend, and I'm saying I'm generalizing. I'm talking about the people who are in Babylon, America. Okay? We spend a lot of money. These people here spend a lot of money on all of these holidays. These holidays they rake in all of these, they do reek, yes, and they rake in all of this money consistently, because this is what this land is about, okay? So when you go to the origin of pagan, which is pagas, which is country or district, think of all of these holidays and how they're promoted within this country. Think about how big it is. I mean, like, they shut everything down for these holidays. These holidays are specific to this country that we're in. A lot of them, especially these presidential holidays and all this other stuff that they make up, right? So pagan means country. These holidays are, the only reason we partake in these holidays is because we're in this country. If we were still in our land, if we had never broke the law, statutes, commandments, rebelled against the Most High, turned into pagan, idolatrous, whatever type of deity worshiping people, we wouldn't be participating in these holidays. You see what I'm saying? I hope I'm breaking it down good. So this pagas, which is country, these country traditions of man, holidays of man-made holidays, that's exactly what it is. Okay? It's specific to this land and its bondage. What Israelite that knows the truth of the Most High, professes the truth of the Most High, and loves their people would hate on or hate for someone to encourage people to break free from the pagan traditions, the country's traditions of this land. This stuff is attached to this land. We aren't. And I'm going to read the post that I wrote specifically, because that pretty much sums up everything I have to say, and then I'm going to cut this video short. I said, I see a lot of posts regarding the use of the word pagan. If you don't understand how this word applies to these traditions, you're still asleep. They belong to / inhabit this land. Because remember, Pagan is country. We don't. We don't belong to this land. These holidays are not for us. Okay? Spiritually, they are bondage. Don't stay bound to Babylon. Understand, and overstand that part. Okay. Now, with all of that being said, we have to really be careful what we promote or choose to condemn, and like look at the intention behind it. These things were not presented to me as teaching moments, which I feel some type of way about certain people teaching, especially women, like, but whatever, teaching certain things, going into certain things, because it would be out of order to attempt to teach above someone else's head, but we already know that. So my question again is, what would be the reason? If it's just for educational purposes, why be combative about it or try to be condescending concerning it or promote another man's teachings regarding it? We can research ourselves. I just did. I just gave you the definition and the etymology, and it links perfectly to exactly the context that this word is used in. Okay? They try to say it's an inhabitant. Okay? The people in this land, the inhabitants of this land, these wicked people, they push and promote and make everything revolve around these holidays. That's for them. That's not for us. It's still pagan, okay? Because even if it's if pagan was inhabitant, because you get a lot of different variations of the etymology of the word. Even if it's just inhabitant, okay? We're not original inhabitants of this land. So the inhabitants' traditions do not belong to us. Period. No way how you try to slice it or anything like that. Like, it's just not, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to really make a difference, because the problem is, and scripture tells us all over and over and over again, it tells us not to get caught up in other people's traditions, you know? Let me see. I'm just looking for one scripture, because it just came to mind. I wasn't even going to bring no scriptures out. I was just going to go into the etymology of the word, but since we're here, since we went this way, where is it? Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the tradition of men, which is pagan tradition. Okay? In this land. It has nothing to do with us. After the rudiments of the world and not after Yeshua, the Christ. Okay? So, I don't think I can make it any plainer. Honestly, these traditions, these holidays, they are pagan. Therefore, the inhabitants of this land, which this land doesn't belong to us, our land, we know where our land is, okay? So, we were brought over here. All right. We weren't born here. Regardless of what tribe you came, you weren't born here. So, that's that. That's all I have. Just stay encouraged. Be very careful not to be swayed by different doctrines and smooth words and things like that. Just study for yourself and pray. Stay in the spirit. The Most High will give you the discernment you need. And until next video, Most High's blessings to you all in your houses. Shalom.